We have to work with Jake on that one. Right now, we're going into Super Pro No Box Round 1. Super Pro No Box Round 1. We have Kevin Lancaster, the 37 Chevy. He's down at 626. Then you look over there in the oil and outlets lane, you see a 23 Tesla S. 618 on that Tesla. I mean, these cars are from completely different eras, but here we are, Byron Dragway. They're racing each other round 1. The 37 Chevy is out front. Let's see if he's going to stay there. Yes, he is. He's going to go 3 over, pick up the win. Michael, he was 1 over, but he left almost 9/10 back there at the starting line. 900ths, that is. 900ths back at the starting line. The Tesla, I'll tell you, so consistent, Jake, he just cannot quite get it to leave on time. I don't know if it's him or the car, but I know it can't be the car because we had the one doctor out here, the one you had the doctor-lawyer race. That Tesla, he was trip-zip 2 times in a row. I remember that. Oh, yeah, he did make 20 time runs. You're right. But, hey, he still was trip-zip twice. Now we're going to move on to Jim Sibley in the Monza. 577 is his dial-in. Up against Kenny Norup out of Byron, Illinois in the 97 Thunderbird. Norup trenching and excavating. Give it to Jim Sibley, dead 7 for the win. Kenny, he was dead 2. 500ths was a difference at the starting line. Win light, Jim Sibley in the Monza. Both cars running dead on their dial-in. Here's Maureen Lancaster in the 69 Chevy Camaro up against Jim Laughlin. He's in a 78 Chevy Malibu. Win light, give it to Maureen. Going to go 1 over. Jim, he was better at the tree. He had 200ths at the tree, just could not run close enough to that 51. He was 55. Maureen Lancaster picks up the win. Ace Leader, 607, he's in the Cutlass. Evan Folk over there in the Blazer, 653 for Evan. Blazers out front, and he's going to stay there. 4 over, pick up the win. Clay, he was 608 on the 7, but he left 400ths behind at the starting line. Evan Folk, he picks up the win. Chad Stetson, the 2007 Ford Mustang. He's over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. John Holly, over there in the 68 Dodge Coronet. The truck driver from Marengo, Illinois, 633 is his dial-in. Both cars making their way down. Win light. It's going to go to Chad. He's 3 over, picks up the win. John, he breaks out. 2,000s too quick. John was better at the tree. Took a little too much at the finish line. Give the win to the Mustang, the 2007 Ford Mustang, driven by Chad Stetson. Next up, Taylor Schleter. He's in the S10, 687. He's up against the Butcher, Jim Alasave. 619's a dial-in for Jim in the VFN-sponsored 80 Chevy Malibu. The retired Butcher up against the auto technician. Remember, tell your friends and family if they can't be here, tune in, Byron Dragway YouTube. They can watch what's going on here. Tell them to tune in to Byron Dragway YouTube channel. They can see all the action taking place here today. They'll keep an eye on you. I hope Jimmy's family's not tuned in because they saw him go way red. He goes 22 on the 19 Clay, 91 on the 87, picks up the win. Jimmy, he's going to have to go visit the buyback window, which I'm sure he's going to do. Remember, if you get beat round one, go over there to the Souvenir Superstore, purchase your buyback, come right back in and race with us in round number 2. All no box. We're down to the last 3, so if you're not there, you missed round number 1. No box, if you're doubled, we need you back to the staging lanes. No box, if you are doubled, we need you back to the staging lanes. No box, if you're doubled, we need you back to the staging lanes. Boxers, you'll be coming out here right in about 2 seconds. Boxers, you'll be coming out for round 1 eliminations in about 2 seconds as soon as Brian Hampton gets over there. No box, you're going to sit until we run this first session of box, then we'll come back and run the rest of no box, the continuation of no box. Oh, this is the boxers right now, round one eliminations. This is the first session for the boxers. Al Snyder, 538's his dial in. Mark Nettensheim, 623 for Mark in the Camaro. Mark's over there in the Auto Land Outlets lane. Al, he's over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. Close to call, win light. Give it to Mark Nettensheim. He goes 2 over for the win. 4 thousandths, that was the separation at the starting line. Mark Nettensheim in that Camaro pulls out the victory. Mastrada, 433. His dad Tony looks on. Zach Siegeschlag, 504 for him. Drag race we have, Sedona. I'll tell you what, that was so tight. Zachary Siegeschlag's going to pick up the win. He's 1 over. Vince, he breaks out 100 too quick. What a drag race that was. Too close to call up here. Brent Vincent, 662 in the Camaro. Doug Cruz in the other 91 Camaro. Pair of 91 Camaros here. The train engineer and the retired electrician. Brent's crew chief, Randy Vincent, he looks on. That's his father, along with his co-crew chief, Steve. Robin, Doug's wife, she always stands behind that Camaro. See how her husband does. This time around, it is Doug. 4 over for the win. Brent, he was 5 over. I'll tell you what, they were both way off their dial-ins. Unbelievable they're that far off. Brent much better at the starting line, too. He had about 300s at the starting line. Just couldn't run close enough to that 62. Here's Dylan Meyer. He's in the Monza. He's up against Vince Magracina. I think at one time both these cars used to come out of Vince's stables. Not sure if they still do or not. But I think Vince might have owned this Monza at one time. Maybe he still does. I'm not sure. And Dylan's driving. I'll have to have our pit reporter get on that and find out. We'll have to see where our PR person, Gracie Haas, is and see if she can find out what's going on with these cars. We'll get back to you when we find out. But right now, we're going to race them. Dylan, 594. Vince, 474. Dylan, 4 thousandths too early. Vince, he's green. He's going to go 75 on the 74 for the win. Vince Magracina picks up the win. Mike Schlueter in his newly acquired Oldsmobile Cutlass, 652 for him. Derek Dignitz in the dragster, 502 for Derek. Hey, if you're tuned in at home, we got a lot of great racing going on here today. We got the Super Pro Box and No Box, Midwest Super Comp, Junior Dragsters. A lot of great racing going on here at Byron. 4,000 to win, but hey, if you got a bracket car, you want to be here for the fire Cracker Bracket Nationals, June 26th through the 29th. Win light here, Derek Dignitz, 1 over. They're both 1 over. 2 thousandths was the difference at the starting line. 35 10 thousandths at the finish line. About the width of an iPhone. That was the difference at the finish line. Always such close racing. Next up, Mitch Vincent in the dragster. He's up against Andrew DiPiazza. Andrew's over there in the Camaro. 517 for Andrew, 487 for Mitch. Yesterday we had weather come in, so we had to quit racing. We split the pot. Racers all took home a little bit of money if they were still in. Today, hopefully, we're going to get everything done. Right now, beautiful sunny skies here at Byron Dragway. Hopefully that stays until we can get this race completed today. That is the game plan. That's what Sedona's got on the agenda for us. Win light, give it to Mitch. 1 over for the win. Andrew, he was red. He was 20 thousandths too early. Vangsness, 560. He's in a 74 Nova over in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. He's up against a young gun, T.C. Williams, 473 for the T-Bucket over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. Oh, 5 thousandths of separation. Win light. It's a young gun. TC double breakout. He breaks out by 3 thousandths. Jeremy breaks out by 4 thousandths. Give the win to the dragster, TC Williams. Double breakout. 5 thousandths was the difference at the starting line, and Jeremy was better there. 15 to a 20. Bruce Van Stratton in the 2010 Chevy Camaro. 611 for him. Marty Thornton, he's in his high school Mustang. The 70 Mustang, 595 is his dial in. Oh, Marty, 2 thousandths too early. He'll be done. He'll have to go to the buyback window. Bruce, 12 on the tree. Then he runs 1 over for the win. Next up, Braden Bowden. He's double entered. This is his first entry. His second entry, he's potential buy with the second entry. 438 is his dial in. He's up against Ray Smith. Ray Smith in the 69 Coronet picks up the win. He's going to go 1 over for the win. Ray, he was 12 on the tree. Braden, not sure what happened. He had something set up wrong in his box there for sure, because he is never with the number that starts with the 1. And then he breaks out. I'll tell you what, he was holding a bunch. Ray Smith out of Rockford picks up that round 1 win. Here's Chucky. Yep, Michael Olson, you ought to see the tattoo on his shoulder, Jake. You remember Chucky? Yep, it's right on his shoulder. I saw it today. Alex Ozelinski, he's in the 27 Ford Model T. Wow. Both drivers, 17 on the tree. Michael breaks out by 7 thousandths. Alex, he goes one over for the win. Go, Dan Kike up against Jeff Jones. Dan Kike, 002, picks up the win. 3 over for the win. Jeff, he wasn't bad. He was 25, and then he went 4 over. Dan Kike advances, round number 1. Jeff Jones, he's going to have to do like so many others, run over there to Souvenir Superstore, get the buyback. Get a buyback, come back and race with us. Beautiful Sunday, you want to stick around. Here's a young intern, Grace Haas, 5 flat is her dial in. She's up against Robert Hyland. Robert, 469. Grace, 5 flat. Robert's got some kind of gremlin he's been fighting in this car. See if he's got it figured out. Walked by the trailer this morning. He thought he had it figured out. We'll see. Robert Hyland, he got that gremlin fixed. 002 on the tree, 1 over for the win. Grace, she was good, 25. 5 over, though. Next up, out of Utica, Illinois, Jay Allen. He's up against Scott LaBuddy out of Freeport. Utica, that's the Burgoo Festival in October, Columbus Day weekend. The Burgoo Festival takes place in Utica, Illinois. That's where Jay Allen, that's where he resides. Jay Allen, trip, zip, perfect. Then he goes 92 on the 89. Scott LaBuddy, he wasn't bad, 39, dead 8. But Jay, trip, zip, perfect. Hard to get inside of that one, Sedona. I believe Josh Goyke is in the pickup truck today, the Sonoma, 674. Tony Pontillo in his dragster, 486 is his dial in. Wow, this one is tight. 2 thousandths at the starting line. Win light, give it to Josh Goyke, going to go 1 over. Tony breaks out 2 thousandths too quick. Josh Goyke picks up the win. Attention to pits, Midwest Super Comp. Midwest Super Comp, I'll take you. Midwest Super Comp, you can bring them up. 5, 6, 7, 8 for your qualifier. Midwest Super Comp, you can bring them up for your qualifier. Next up, Scotty Haas, 473 for him. Carla Pontillo, 449 in her dragster. Scotty, he's over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. Carla over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. Win light, Scotty Haas, dead 7 for the win. Carla, she was 1 over. 11 thousandths. Scotty was 11 thousandths better at the starting line. Runs dead 7, picks up the first round win. Midwest Super Comp, you can bring them up for your qualifier. Midwest Super Comp 5, 6, 7, 8, you can bring them on up. If you're a no boxer, you need to be in their lanes. No boxers, you need to be in the lanes 3 and 4 for the continuation of round 1. No boxers, we need you. Robertson picks up the win. She was 008 on the tree. Win light, Tim Vincent goes dead 2 to pick up the win. Tim Vincent, 008 on the tree, then he goes dead 2, picks up the win. Next up, Wendell Curley, 639 for him. BJ Vangsness, 599 is his dial in. Wendell Cooley picks up the win, goes 640 on to 639. He's got troubles with the S10. He's going to have to figure out what's wrong with that truck. He's got some kind of issue going on. Thought he had it fixed, but unfortunately he does not. Next up, Tom Gibson. He's up against Tony V, Anthony Magracina. That's Shoes over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. 491 for him. No box doubled. If you're no box and you're double entered, you need to be in the staging lanes. If you're no box, you're double entered, you need to be in the staging lanes. You're going to be coming out here shortly. This is round number one. No box, round number one. If you're doubled, you need to be in the lanes. If you're double entered and you're no box, you need to be in the lanes for round number one. This is round number one. Caden Mulligan, 630, up against Kevin Robertson. He is the track owner. Kevin Robertson, 436 for him. Very fast dragster, up against Caden in the Mustang, 630. Kevin has to be patient, sitting there waiting. Almost 2 seconds. Caden is off. Here comes Kevin. The Mustang's way out front. Can Kevin catch him? Yes, he can. He goes one over, picks up the win. Caden breaks out. Didn't know what to do. He had a 159-mile-an-hour car coming. He goes 107, over 50-mile-an-hour difference. He stayed in it, breaks out. Kevin picks up the win. Blake Vangsness, 606 is his dial in. Ted Cannon, he's in the dragster, 494 for him. Midwest Super Comp, you should be in the lanes. Midwest Super Comp, you should be in the lanes. No box, round one. If you're doubled, you're in no box. You need to be in the lanes for the continuation of the no box round one eliminations. Give the win, Blake Vangsness, one over, picks up the win. Ted, he was dead zero, but he could not be quick enough at the tree. He was 200s behind at the tree. Win light, Blake, one over, 10 on the tree. Here's Jim Sibley, 577 in the Monza. Brandon Schwartz, he's in the Mopar pickup truck, 567. That is one sharp pickup truck. 567 for him, 577 for Jim. Wow. 5,000 separated them. Win. Give it to Jim. One over for the win. Brandon, he was 3 over. Jim had him by 5 thousandths, just 5 little thousandths at the starting line. But he runs so much closer at the finish line. Here's Colin Estes, a shorty dragster. 492 is his dial in. He's up against Stefan List Jr., 514. for the Lamborghini technician. Win light, Stefan List Jr. 2 over for the win. Colin, he was better at the tree. He just could not run close enough to that 92. Stefan List picks up the win. Norup, 650 for Kip. Michael Wellman to Tesla, 618 is his dial in. That Tesla runs really close to that dial in. He's just having a hard time with the reaction time. See what he gets done with it this time around. Kip, he was right on his time run today. He was chopping that tree down. See what's going on here. Oh, Kip goes red, 41 red. Wow, Michael, 14 on the tree. Now the car runs way slow, though. Huh. Kip, he was 1 over, so I'm sure he's going to go to the buyback window. He'll get it figured out. Maybe Michael didn't see the red light and just got on the brakes. I don't know. Our final pair of no boxers right here. Ricky Pena in the AMX. Patrick Hill, he's in the 80 Malibu. Midwest Super Comp, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need you in lanes 5, 6, 7, 8 because I'm going to call box second entries to 9, 10, 11, and 12. Win light, Ricky Pena. Patrick, he was red, way red for some reason. Attention to pits. Attention to pits. I will take box second entry. Box second entry 9 and 10. Box second entry 9 and 10, please. Once they're full, go to 11 and 12. Box second entry 9 and 10. Braden Bowden, entry B318, potential buy. I'll put you in lane number 13. Braden Bowden, potential buy. You can go in 13. Box second entry, go ahead and bring them up for round one eliminations. Box second entry, round one eliminations, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Is Midwest Super Comp. What a great list of sponsors they have that help them put this stuff together. Allen's Automotive, All-Star Performance, Autometer, Bushy's Byron Grill, Bushy's Slots, Byron Dragway, Cordova Dragway, Dialed In Details, Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop, Marty DeVore, Elite Tool Sales, Authorized Franchise of Snap-on Tools, Folk Race Cars, The Fuel Factory, Herb's Mobile Repair, Jack's Helmet Designs, Kenosha Starter and Alternator, Nate Kelly, he's 001 on the tree, looking for that 890 with the 0. What's it going to be? No, 897, way slow. Ben Bear, much closer, a little bit quick though, 888 with the 6. KRW Performance and Customs, Lake County Hose and Equipment, Lamont Automotive, Lamont Truck and Trailer Sales. Here's one that Sedona goes to, Nails by Sarah. Neighborhood Brake Center. On the Stop Workshop, Paint by the Fonz and Son, Perfit Corporation, Phoenix Brand A&N Fittings, Randy's Truck Repair, Randy Westfall, Rick's Small Engine Repair, T&D Repair, Danutas Deli, Tri-State Raceway, and VRN Welding and Fabrication. Remember, if you need any of those products, see those great sponsors. They help put together this Midwest Super Comp series for 2025. Ben Bear, whoops, wrong car. That's Dave Crawford and Mark Meyer. $890, that's what they're shooting for. This is their qualifying run right here. Box, we'll take box, second entry, round one eliminations. Box, second entry, round one eliminations, please. 9 and 10. Once that's full, go to 11 and 12. Mark, he was 005 on the tree. He goes 96 with the 4. Dave, he was much closer to that 90. He was 90 with the 2. I mean, 2,000s from being perfect. Great run for him. Reaction time wasn't as good as Mark's, but much closer. They qualify off of their index, so he right now is the number one qualifier. Scott Frost, he's over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. He's up against Jeff Petra. Red lights don't matter. Scott, 002 red, doesn't matter. Just trying to hit that 890 right now on time runs. Neither driver even close. Scott, he was 9 flat. Jeff, not sure what happened with him. 932. Way off. Lacey Rosenberry here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. She's out of Galesburg, Illinois. Gary Jenkins, he now resides in Kentucky. He's over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. Gary used to be an automotive technician. He tells me now he's working on school buses in Kentucky, so he said he found a new niche. right, Lacey, 15 on the tree. See how close you can come to that 890. Well, 892 with the 1, pretty close, 200s. Gary, he's right behind, 95. So far, 90 with the 2 is the best I've seen. Pretty tight, Jake, but there's 2,000s. There's still room for improvement. Junior dragsters, I'll take you 1 and 2. Junior dragsters, I'll take you 1 and 2. Remember, this is your dial-in race, so have your dial-in on. Have your dial-in on. Novice, you'll come out first, followed by elite. Junior dragsters, you can bring them on up. Jesse Smith over there in the Autoland Outlets lane, still looking for that perfect 890. Right now, we're 2,000ths away from that perfect 890. $895, 178. Larry Reimer, he's over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. Forest Lumber's his sponsor. Wally Pote, VRN Dragster, over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. Wally's 19 on the tree. See if he can run that 90. Nope, both drivers, 9 flat with the 3, and then 9 flat with the 9. They're 10th off. But round 1 eliminations, they will have it much closer to that 890. Guarantee you that. Well, Jake tells me it's hot and sticky. I mean, he's been running around like a chicken with his head cut off, getting all these little glitches taken care of. I don't know that because I'm up here where it's like, I don't know, probably 67 degrees. Not too bad up here, so I guess the air is a lot different. Maybe later on I'll go get a hot dog or a hamburger. I'll find out how it is out there. Unless I can just get them to deliver it, Jake, then I still won't know what the weather's like. All right, here we go, back with Super Comp. Manini over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. Chad Lamont, he's over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. Man, Chad, he is on that tree, 003. Then he's going to go 886, 172. Reno, he was 9 flat, 4 mile an hour, 175. A 10th off, exactly 1/10 off for that perfect 890. Next up, Jeffrey Torbeck out of Braidwood, Illinois. He's up against Pat Lamont, owner of Lamont Automotive and Lamont Truck and Trailer Sales. Pat, he's over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. Jeffrey over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. Well, not sure what Pat had set up there. Something definitely not right with him. Jeffrey 895, Pat 888. Not sure what the issue was with Pat Lamont there on that their reaction time. John Fiore, he's over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. He's up against Dave Kovar Jr. One of our young guns over there in the Auto and Outlets lane. Red lights don't matter in qualifying, just looking for that 890 index. 95 for John, 97 for Dave. Still, the best I've seen was a 90 with the 2. Hey, here's the mayor, Jack Nolan, over there in the Auto and Outlets lane. Grandpa Mike, Grandma Kathy, look on. Jack, he was a winner yesterday, the 50-50 drawing too. 38 green, now see how close he can come to that 90. Got to get within 2 to be better. 2,000ths, that is. He's 300ths over. Not a bad run, but that's not going to be number 1. Final pair right now, husband and wife. This is Tony Pontello. He's over here in his lane, the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. Yep, he owns that company, him and his wife, Carla. Carla, she's over there in BJ's lane. That's Auto and Outlets. He was last year's champion of the Midwest Super Comp Series. Don't have an updated points list, but maybe later on before first round we'll have one, let you know how they're doing. Husband and wife, let's see what's going to happen here. All boxers, second entry, you should be in the lanes. All boxers, second entry, you should be in the lanes. All boxers, second entry, you need to be in the lanes. You're coming out right now. Oh, Vince Mastrada, 430 for him. Gentleman Jim Laughlin, 656. Jim, he wears many hats around here. He's a gentleman. He's honest. He's helping hand, Jim. He does it all. Winlight, give it to Vince. 2 over, picks up the win. Jim, he breaks out. 2,000ths, Vince was 2,000ths better, 19 to a 21 at the starting line. Vince Mastrada picks up the win. Here's Brent Vincent. 666 for him. Ray Smith, 598 for Ray. Ray's out of Rockford. Sue, she looks on. Wow. This one had to break down a little bit farther. Check it out, Jake. They were both 001 red, but the computer is going to break it down farther. Winlight's going to be Ray Smith. Ray Smith comes out the winner of True Start. The computer had to break it down farther. They were both 001, but the computer, we do not see the number, breaks it out to the next decimal. He's up against Jake. Help me, Jake, help me. Zachary Sheetslog, Dylan Meyer, Winlight, Zachary Sheetslog picks up the win, going dead 4 for the win. Dylan, he breaks out 1,000 too quick. Yeah, Jake's having a good time because when they're double entered, all the names aren't on the computer, so I have to know who are in these cars. And you know what? I'm calling every one of them. Sometimes I get a little goofed up on them, but hey, Jake, he bails me out, you know. Him or Sedona, sometimes they bail me, sometimes they throw me under the bus, to be honest, not always bailing me. Shout out to Jeff Spearling, our chief starter. He was here racing Super Comp yesterday. Transmission went out of the dragster, so he's home working on the dragster. He'll probably have it back up here for the Firecracker Bracket Nationals. He'll probably be bracket racing it, I'm thinking. That's why he's home working on it. That'll take place June 26th through the 29th. I'm sure Jeffrey will be back. Online Outlet Lane picks that one up, 585 on the 83. Did not see, the names aren't on the computer there, and I didn't see who was in the dragster, so I was talking about Jeff, the chicken farmer from Streeter, Illinois, too much. This time I know who it is. It's Clay Schleter. He's up against Kenny Norup. 607 for Clay, 579 for Kenny. We are right now in the second session of the boxers. Second session of the boxers right now. Junior dragster is coming out next. Clay, he's red, 19. Kenny's green, 21. Picks up the win, 82 on the 79. Mike Schleter, he's in the Cutlass, the yellow Cutlass, 653 for him. That is not Jeff Thomas, that is the T-Bucket, T.C. Williams over there. You know what he says, Sedona? 2 go down, 1 come back. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Mike or is it going to be the T-Bucket? The T-Bucket, now I'll tell you what, that big race we got coming up July 26th through the 29th, he has won that twice. The one year we had to put all the money in the pot. He went home with $160,000 the one year. June 26th through the 29th, the Firecracker Bracket Nationals. Wow, check that out. T-Bucket, how about trip zip perfect, then he goes 2 over for the win. Mike, he was right there, 008 on the tree. 2 over. I'll tell you what, when I say 2 go down, 1 come back, he knows what that means. He wanted to make sure he was coming back. Taylor Schleter in the S10, 690. That is Kevin Robertson, the track owner over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. In the dragster, 556 is his dial-in. Yeah, he's got 2 dragsters. He drives the fast one and the one that's not quite as fast. He wanted a fast one. See what he does in this one. He is up against one tough component there, that they're Taylor Schleter in the S10. Kevin is in trouble. Kevin's in trouble. Yep, he couldn't pull that one out. He had to break out. Nothing he's going to do. He was behind 23 or 21 thousandths behind at the starting line. Taylor, he goes 1 over for the win, picks up the win. Tim Vincent up against Tony V. Shoes. He's over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. Haven't noticed what shoes he's wearing today, but I'm sure he's got a fancy pair of tennis shoes on. $491 for Tim, $495 for Shoes. Shoes taking his time. He's in. Here comes the tree. Shoes, 4 thousandths better at the starting line. Picks up the win. He's going to go 1 over. Tim, he was way over. He was 6 over. Tim was 4 thousandths better at the starting line. Shoes was 4 thousandths better. Picks up the win. He'll be back. Maybe a different pair of shoes. Who knows? Stefan List Jr. up against Vince Magracina. Stefan, he's over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. Vince over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. No box, first session, round number 2, we'll take you 3 and 4. No box, first session, round number 2, we'll take you. Winners and buybacks, bring them on up. Tim Mosier, V377, you'll come up in the second session with that entry, V377, you'll come up in the second entry. Vince Magracina picks up the win while 1,000 separate them at the starting line. Then Vince, he goes dead 4 for the win. Dead 4 for the win. Super Compers meeting at the Pontello trailer 10 minutes. Midwest Super Comp, there'll be a meeting at the Pontello trailer in 10 minutes. Midwest Super Comp, there is a meeting at the Pontello trailer in 10 minutes. Andrew DiPiazza, he's in the Camaro. New paint job, or is that a wrap? I'm not sure on the Camaro. I'm going to have to check with them. Looking sharp, though. 515 is his dial-in. Not sure where the Camaro Roadster is. Maybe he's got an issue with it. Do you know, Jake? Jake doesn't know. We'll put the pit reporter on it. We will put the pit reporter and find out. Corey Pavicic, 509. He's in the dragster. No box. First session. Round 2, buybacks and winners will take you. Tim Mosier, V377, you will come up with the second session. X377, excuse me, X377. They're both in. Here comes the Christmas tree. Corey, he had something set up wrong. Andrew, 517 on the 515. Issues with Corey's dragster. Not sure what the issue was with it, but something went awry with it. See if he gets off the track. Our final boxer right here, Braden Bowden, the young gun. Gonna pick up his Byron. Picking up the Byron. 434 is what he's dialed in at. See how close he can come. All right, Braden, 434. See how close he can come. Now, if he could be trip zip perfect, I don't know that we had a trip zip, did we? Yeah. Yep, we did have a trip zip perfect, Sedona says. It was Jay Allen. Yeah. He was trip zip perfect. Braden, 16 on the tree. Great light. Then he goes 36 on the 34. Jake is right. It is kind of muggy out there. I just went out the door for 1 second. I'll tell you what. I think I'm going to have to order some food to be brought up here today. I don't know if I want to go down there. We're going to move into junior dragsters. This is their dial-in round plus their time run. And best losing package when you get into round 1, Tony V Wiring and Performance, $25 to the best losing package for novice and elite. And in Super Pro, Chicago Waterjet, they put up $50 for the best losing package in box and no box. So we'll have to get that sorted out and find out who got that award. I guess if you call that an award. It's something for not being as fortunate as your opponent. Paisley Malik, 909 is where she's predicting. Race Dignitz says 1410. See how close they can come. Shout out to my little buddy Bryce. Bryce Heater, he's watching at home. Yep, all the way in Oregon, Illinois, which isn't that far. But anyway, shout out to my buddy Bryce watching at home. Yeah, he takes the weekend off so he can stay home and tune into the live feed. You know, that's good for him. Paisley, 920 on the 909 race. Wow, close, 1411 on the 1410. You know, Bryce, you're over there in Oregon, Illinois. There's a Dairy Queen I happen to know of that's in Oregon. You know, I like to maybe a vanilla milkshake if you decide to pop in and visit. Maybe you could bring the announcer a vanilla milkshake and, you know, give you some more airtime that way. Just something to think about, Bryce. Oliver Goyke, the youngster, $13.95 for him. Ellie Bacon, $9.08. See how close they can come, Sedona. We were within one so far, but it has to be perfect with the 0. No box. We're going to take no box. Second round, that's winners and buybacks. Winners and buybacks. First session, we'll take no box, winners and buybacks. Round number 2, the first session, no box cars. Since we have doubles, we had to go ahead and go back to the sessions for right now. Oliver, $14.04 on the $13.95. Ellie, $9.19 on the $9.08. Here's Riley Malik, $9.58. Tyler Hooton, $12.17. See how close they can come. Riley, $9.59 on the 58, really close. Tyler, $12.25 on the 17. Second one that's been within 100th. Pena Jr., that is, Ricky Pena Jr., $8.92. Tony Little Pony, $8.95 for Tony. He's sponsored by Wright Trailers. $8.95 is a prediction. $8.92 for Ricky Pena Jr. Right, see how close they can come. 892 left, 895 right. Both of them are over. 901 for Ricky Pena Jr., 906 for Tony. Doesn't matter, just to dial and run, seeing how close they can come. A little award to the winner, though, if they can go dead zero. Can you believe this? The ex-tech director, Mark Stiles, he just come in. We got Mark Stiles here. He's doing some random inspections on the cars, I guess, making sure everything's up to date. He comes out of hibernation every so often. Great to have him in the house today. Aiden Malik, $7.90. Thomas Conan also 790. See if either one of them can go dead zero on that 790. Too quick, 788. Thomas, he goes over 795. 007 on the tree for Thomas, though. ONS 790. Brody Dignitz. 8 flat over there for Brody. No box, buybacks, and winners. Round 2, first session. You should be in the lanes. No box. You're coming out next. You should be in the lanes. He goes 808 on the 8 flat. Cohen 801 on the 790. Still nobody's been dead perfect, been really close within 100th. I mean, we don't ask for much, I guess. Well, I guess we really do. You got to be dead perfect. Dead zero on whatever you predict. That's pretty darn precise. But hey, it could happen. I've seen it before here many a times with these juniors. Lily Schwartz predicts 793. Carson McDonald predicting an 802. $801 for Lily on the 793. $811 for Carson on the 802 prediction. Zevlin Riley, 837 is a prediction. Madeline Highland, 790. Still looking for that perfect run. Looks like one more. Nope, 2 more after these 2. Was closer, 792 on the 90. 200th was a difference there. But we have had 100th over for 2 of them. Still won't get you anything. You got to be dead perfect to get the award. Lennox Ness, 804 is a prediction. 53 on the tree. $8.12. They're happy with it. Final junior right now, Elena Liss. 790 is a prediction. See how close she can come. No box. You should be in the lanes. You are coming out next. No box. You should be in the lanes. You're coming out next. At this time, I will take box first session, round number 2, and buybacks. Box first session, round number 2, the first entry, 9, 10, 11, and 12. J. Allen, entry 349C. You will come up in the second session with that entry, your potential buy with 349C. J. Allen, you will come up in the second session. Right now I'm calling box first entry, first session, 9, 10. When they're full, go to 11 and 12. If boxers, second round, winners, and buybacks, you can bring them up. Your first entry, Elena, 817 on the 790. A quick touch-up, then we're going to come out with no box. So boxers, you can start bringing them up, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Second round, winners and buybacks, first session for round 2, you can bring them up. Go. This is round number 2 of the no boxers. Round 2, no boxers and buybacks right now. This is round 2. Chad Stetson in the Mustang, the 2007 Ford Mustang, 48 years of age. He's up against Michael Wilm in the Tesla. The Model S, 618 for Michael, 569 over here for Chad. Now, Michael tells me he's going to unhook the Cybertruck from the trailer, and he's going to let me take that Cybertruck for a, well, I'm not really going to drive it. I'm just going to ride. He's going to program it. I'm going for a ride. I can't wait to see that happen. That's going to be my highlight. Maybe I'll take Mark Stiles with me. He's got a little stress he needs to get taken care of. Well, True Start decides this one. Chad Stetson, he was red by less. He'll be your winner. Then he goes dead 3. They were both red. He was red by 20. Michael red by 70. The Mustang advances. Next up, Kevin Lancaster, the 37 Chevy. That's kind of like what you'd be looking for, a 37 Chevy, right, Mark? That's kind of your kind of hot rod. He's got a 31 now, so he'd be moving up 6 years. Jim Laughlin, 655 is his dial in. Yeah, I don't think yours will run 620, so. No. Give the win to Kevin Lancaster. Gentleman Jim, he's red. 12 thousandths too early. Then Kevin goes. 1 over. Jim, he was dead 9, but 12 thousandths too early. Next up, Jim Sibley in the Iaconio and Allen Nostalgia Pro Stock Bonza, 578 for him. John Holly in the big Mopar, 630, so dial him for John. Jim Sibley goes 1 over to pick up the win. John, he was better. He had 200s better at the starting line. But Jim, he goes 1 over, picks up the win. John, he was 4 over. Give the win to the Monza over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. Kip Norup, 97 Thunderbird out of Leaf River, 652. Evan Folk, Evan, he's driving the Blazer. 653 is his dial in. The car owner, Brian, he's looking on. Oh, Brian's not happy. 13 red. 13 clicks too early. Kip Norup picks up the win, goes dead 2 after being 57. Evan, he was only 1,000th away from being perfect, but 13 thousandths too early. Tough break there. Here's Maureen Lancaster, 643 for Maureen. Patrick Hill, he's also dialed 643. They're both dialed the same. See who's going to get there first without breaking out. Check it out, Mr. Stiles. Check that one out. What do you see on the computer? I see trip, zip, perfect for Patrick Hill. Then he goes 49 for the win. Maureen, she's 48, but she was 66 on the tree. Patrick, trip, zip, perfect for the win. Here's Brando Carlson, 566 for him, up against Kenny Norup, out of Norup Trenching and Excavating. 582 is Kenny's dial in, 566 for Brando. Close to call, win light, it's Kenny Norup. Dead 1 for the win. He's dead 1 for the win. Brando, 3 over, 2 over. Better on the tree by 2, though. 93 10 thousandths, that was a finish line. about the width or the thickness of, oh, well, probably about the length of an iPhone, I'd say. About the length of an iPhone. Judge that one, Mr. Stiles. At 120 mile an hour. Kind of tough. Schleter, 691. Jesse Albright, 706 in the Mustang. These two drivers, they've both been on a roll going plenty of rounds this year. Win light this time, Taylor Schleter, 711 on the 69. Jesse way off, 735. Next up, it's Clay Schleter. Taylor's brother up against the butcher, Jim Malasafe. He's a retired butcher, 623 for him, 611 for Clay. Clay Schleter, 007, James Bond Green. Then he's going to go 32 on the 11. Jimmy, he had problems. You heard Clay out there, womp, womp. Thought maybe the throttle cable come off at first the way he was womping on it, but hey, he was not taking any chances. He is driving both ends. Once in a while, we see a couple of them. They kind of misjudge that finish line. But hey, it's drag racing, right? Here's Ricky Pena, 643 for him in the AMX. Michael Wilm in the Tesla, 618. You know, that was my address, Sedona. I think I told you yesterday. Used to be my address, 618. Lee's early again in the Tesla. Let's see how close it comes to the 618. Nope, 28. But rumor has it, Ricky, he's going to go 40 on the 43. Doesn't matter since Michael is red. Rumor has it that Michael Wilm, he bought himself a dragster. He's going to be out here with the dragster here soon. Supposed to pick it up, I believe, this week or next. Bought himself a dragster, so much for the all-electric theory, I guess. But I still hope I get a ride in that there Cybertruck. Jake said he wants something more consistent. I don't know, maybe get a hold of Elon. Maybe he could put a tune-up in it for him. Elon's got other things on his mind, I know. Here we go. This is round 2, winners and buybacks of the boxers for the first session. Here we go, round number 2, winners and buyback of first session boxers. Brent Vincent up against Jessica Robertson, the young high school girl. She's dialed 545. Her dad, the track owner, Kevin Robertson, he looks on. All right, Jake, I got my daughter in Florida. She's tuned in today. She's watching us today, too, on the live stream. Yep. We're almost up to how many now? And you're listening in and watching, Tara. You and Oliver enjoying the day. Beautiful here in Byron. Probably hot as here as it is in Florida today. Right now, we're going to see what Brent Vincent can do up against the young high schooler, Jessica Robertson. Brent, 665. Jessica, 545. Winlight, give it to the high school girl. She's going to go 556 on the 45. They both got on the brakes hard at the finish line. Jessica was better. 11 thousandths better at the starting line. She'll advance round number 3. Dylan Meyer in the Monza, 597. Ray Smith over there in the Coronet, 601 for Ray. True Start decides this one. Ray, he was 1,000th red. He'll be your winner. He goes dead 3 after they were both red. Dylan was red by 12 thousandths. Ray Smith, he'll come back round number 3. Next up, we got Jeremy Vangsness. He's over there in the 74 Nova. He's in this lane, the Autoland, or the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop. We got Tony V. That is Shoes. He's over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. Shoes versus Jeremy. 497 for the Dragster. 558 for the Nova. We'll ask Tech Director Mark Stiles who he thinks is going to pull the win off in this one. What's your prediction, Mr. Stiles? He won't talk, but he says, hey, I'm a door car kind of guy, so I got to go with the door car. So he picks Jeremy. Sedona, she says, nope, I'm going with the dragster because my dad likes dragsters. See what's going to happen. 497, 558. Six thousandths at the starting line. Tony V was 6 thousandths better at the starting line. Then he goes 1 over for the win. Give it to Shoes. He was in the Autoland Outlets lane. He's your winner. Vince Mastrada, 431 for Vince. Tony looks on. Andrew DiPiazza, 516 in the Camaro. Still haven't found out what the status is on the Camaro Roadster that Andrew has. We got the pit reporter on it, but right now Mr. Stiles is up here instead of finding out what's going on with that their Camaro. Yep, used to be tech director. Now he's going to be the pit reporter. Yeah, I used to be the pit reporter, but I don't know. I don't get out there enough to find out. I'll find out today. I'll get on it. Winlight, the Camaro, Andrew DiPiazza. He goes 1 over for the win. Vince, he was also 1 over, but he left 21 thousandths at the starting line. Give the win to Andrew DiPiazza. Rich Vincent, yesterday he was trip zip perfect, came up and claimed his donuts. 491's his dial-in. He's up against the young gun, TC Williams. 473 is the dial-in for TC. And Mitch, he is not old by any means, but TC, he's like a 22-year-old, so we call him the young gun. Now, a couple of us up in the tower, we could be classified as old. Still just kids at heart, though, Mark. That's all that matters. Heart, get it, heart. You got to have a good heart, don't you? Yeah. Mark knows about that. Yeah, we know about that. We know about kidney stones. We know about all those things that aren't so great. Wind light, it's the young gun. T.C. Williams picks up the win. He goes 3 over. Mitch, he was much closer, but left too much at the starting line. 300ths behind at the starting line. Snyder in the dragster. David Ringo Setter, he's in the 23 or 27 Ford Model T, and he'll pick up the win. Dave, he picks up the win. He goes 1 over. L breaks out 5,000ths too quick. Give the win to Dave over there in that their 27 Ford Model T. Next up, Bruce Van Stratton, 611. Jeff Jones in the dragster, 481 for him. Jeff Jones, 001 on the tree. He'll pick up the win. Goes 4 over for the win. Attention in the pits over there on the west side. Midwest Super Comp. Midwest Super Comp will take you round 1 eliminations. Midwest Super Comp, bring them on up. Remember, you are in lanes 5, 6, 7, and 8. Midwest Super Comp, 5, 6, 7, and 8 will take you. Mike Schlueter in the Olds Cutlass, 654. Marty Thornton, 601. Yep, they're running right into a headwind right now. Remember that. You're running right into that headwind. Man, my S10's going to struggle going home. Oh, Jake, he thinks that's funny, my little 4-banger. It's going to struggle. Marty Thornton, he'll pick up the win. He's 2 over. Yes, Jake, he knows the struggles. He used to have one back in the day. Now he's got that gigantic Ford pickup truck. I saw it parked over there. He's got the big black Ford pickup truck, the monster truck. Braden Bowden, 438. The youngster from Manuka, Illinois, another young gun. He's up against Brian Folk, 522 is the dialing on that veteran over there. Brian Folk, he has won many, many bracket races and national events in every class you can imagine. Stock, super comp, super gas, he's won them all. Big money bracket races, he's been to them all. Between him and his brother Nick, they've won about everything you could win at the national event level. But today we're bracket racing, 4,000 to the winner. Give the win to the young gun. Young Braden, he's going to go 3 over for the win. They're both 3 over. Braden much better at the Christmas tree, about 400ths better. Drag racing is tough. That's why I stand up here and talk about it. Much easier, Mr. Stiles, to talk about than to actually do it. Well, it's a little bit cheaper, but, you know, I got the S10 I got to get here. Up Dan Kike in the dragster, 471. Mark Nettensheim went really deep 2 weeks ago in that their Camaro. 625 is his dial in. Dan is in trouble. Mark Nettersheim, dead 9 for the win. Dan, he was one over, but he left a 10th at the starting line. You're not going to do that against Mark Nettersheim and turn your win light on. Not going to happen. Here we go. The young intern, Grace Haas, Stillman Valley, 501 for her. Doug Cruz, the retired electrician, 663 out of Rockford, Illinois. Oh, Doug, 3,000's too early. Grace, she's 28, then she goes 502 on the 501. Doug, he was there, 003 red though, then he goes one over also. The intern, she moves on, round number 3. Colin Estes, 503 for him. Zachary Sheetslog, 505. The shorty dragster. All right, report is Colin had a converter go bad in the dragster, so he put a converter in it because it was having issues yesterday. See what the outcome's going to be. Hunter separates the dial in. Colin is in charge, and he'll pick up the win. He's going to go 5 over for the win. Zachary was 2 over, but left almost 400s back at the starting line. You can't do that against Colin Estes. Looks like that converter solved his problems. At least he's got that one fixed. I don't know what the outcome is so far on the Katie. I know he heard it a few weeks ago. Hopefully he'll have that back together for the big Firecracker Bracket Nationals take place here June 26th through the 29th. Attention to pits. Tim Mosier, entry X377, will take you to lane number 2. Tim Mosier will take you to lane number 2, if you could, please. Tim Mosier. And goes dead on for the win.
Now everybody's in the left lane. Do I wait until the second section gets up?
Josh Goyke, 675 in the Sonoma, up against Vince Magracina in the dragster, 476. This one's tight. Give it to Vince Magracina. Dead 6 for the win. Josh, he went 1 over. Vince Magracina was 10 green. Then he goes 1 over. Actually, dead 6 for the win. Excuse me, dead 6. Josh was 1 over. What a great race that was. Tom Gibson over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane, 455. Kevin Robertson, the track owner, he's in his fast dragster this time, 438 for Kevin. See what he can do with this one, 438. Tom, he's got a fast one, 455, but Kevin, 438. How about that, Mr. Stiles? Would you drive it, 438? I know you rode in a mullet mobile. You took a ride in a mullet machine one time, so Maybe you drive this, I don't know. He's been to Frank Hawley's drag racing school, so hey, maybe he would drive this here 4-second drag. So we'll talk to Kevin, see what he says. Win light, Tom Gibson. He's going to go 3 over for the win. Kevin was 1 over, left a couple hundredths back at the starting line. You ask how tight it was at the finish line? How about 62 10,000ths? Yep, they tightened it up, just could not get it done. Tom Gibson picks up the win on that one. Here's Scotty Haas. His daughter Gracie, she just won. See what he can do. 473 is his dial, and he's up against Scott LaBuddy. Dial 475. 200ths. Difference in their dial in. We'll have the tech director. He won't look at the computer, and he'll tell us who had the better light. He can see it. Mark Stiles, he can see that like nothing, he says. Here comes the tree. Did you know who left first, Mark? You knew, didn't you? He knew. Win light, give it to Scotty. 4 over for the win. Scott LaBuddy was 2 over, but Scotty Haas, he was 17 thousandths better at the Christmas tree. 11 10,000ths at the finish line. Yep, that was the width of the iPhone. You're right. Scotty Haas picks up the win on that one. Here's Wendell Curley, 639 for him. Robert Highland, the dragster, he had issues with it yesterday. Took care of that. Round 1, he proved to us he had that figured out. 467. Highland left 9 thousandths too early, gives the win to Wendell Curley. He goes 42 on the 39. Yeah, Mr. Stiles, he has been to Frank Hawley Drag Racing School, so he has made laps in the dragsters. He's also went to the NASCAR racing. He's been in the NASCAR cars also. Did you drive the NASCAR or did you ride? He did the ride along there, so that really doesn't count. I mean, I ride to and from the racetrack with Jeff Spearling. It's like we're in NASCAR with him. I mean, you know, he's not going fast, but he's not real smooth, though, you know. Left lane Spearling, you're right, Jake. Brandon Schwartz, Derek Dignitz. Win light says Derek Dignitz. 1 over for the win. Brandon, he was 2 thousandths too quick. Derek Dignitz in the dragster picks up the win. List Jr., 516 for him. Caden Mulligan, 625 in the Ford. The ragtop Ford. Caden turns it red. Stefan goes 517 on the 16 after being 10 green. Good run for Stefan. Caden saw the red light come on and shut it down. Now he's coasting on through. Our next pair, Tim Vincent up against Blake Vangsness. Tim, 489 for him. Blake, 607. Blake Vangsness. Yep, that is Blake, the heating and cooling technician. Up against the accountant, Tim Vincent. Blake used to drive a dragster for Jeff Land. Now he bought this car, the Calais, the Oldsmobile Calais. Mark Stiles had one when it was new, he said. Tim, 003 on the tree, then he goes dead 3 for the win. Blake, he was dead 6, but he left 18 thousandths at the starting line. He was still good, 21, but not 20, not 003. Steve says that's the way to go. And I even got Happy Randy down there today. There's Happy Randy Vincent. Yep, if you tuned in at home, you can't see it, but Randy, he is smiling ear to ear right now. The co-crew chief, Steve, he's happy with that pass. Now we're going to move right into the continuation of round number 2 of the no boxers. This is the final 2 of no box for round number 2. Tim Mosier, so far so good, the 78 or the 70 Camaro, 648, up against Ricky Pena, the AMX, 643 for Ricky. Give the win, Ricky Pena, 47 on the 43. Tim, he was 50 on the 48. Difference was a reaction time, 14 to a 65. The AMX moves on to round number 3 with that entry. In the pits, I will take second session of boxcars. Second session of boxcars. Jay Allen, 349C. You're the potential buy. Jay Allen, 349C, potential buy. You'll be able to pull over in lane number 8. That'll be empty by the time you get up here. Right now we got Midwest Super Comp, but I will take the second session, second entries of boxers, 9 and 10. Once they're full, go over to 11 and 12. Right now we're in Midwest Super Comp. This is round 1 eliminations. Over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane, we have Scott Frost. He's up against over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. Give the win to the mayor. The young gun, Jack Nolan, picks up the win. He goes 3 over the 890 index. Scott, he was better at the tree. He had 13 thousandths at the tree, but he run a 10th off. Not going to get that done against the young gun. Next up, Ben Bear. He's over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. He's up against Jesse Smith, who is over there in the Autoland Outlets lane. Again, 890, that's their index. So far, the young gun, the mayor, he picked up 1 round 1 win. He was the winner of the drawing yesterday also. Don't know if they have a drawing going on today. I haven't heard. They don't let us be into that drawing, I guess, Jake. But maybe someday. Maybe someday we'll be included. Second pair going down right now. Give the win. Wow, look at that. Jesse Smith, 90 with the 7. Jesse goes 90 with the 7. Ben, he was better at the tree. Then he breaks out, went 200s too quick. He could have done it just a little bit quick. 200s. Lacey Rosenberry over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane up against Wally Pote. Believe there's 20 of them today. Not positive, but I think there's 20 super compers today. Yep, we had one for sure break. Mr. Spearling, the chicken farmer, he had transmission issues, had to go home. He's home repairing it right now. Give the win, Lacey Rosenberry, 91 on the 90 index after being 10 green. Heard Chad Lamont has a $300 bounty on his head. Anybody that beats Chad Lamont picks up $300. I'll tell you what, I would be hoping to have Chad and see if I couldn't pick up that bounty. If not, I'm just going to go home. That's what would happen. I'd probably go home, Jake, if it was me, but I would still have to give it a shot if I had that opportunity. $300 bounty on Chad Lamont's head today. Pretty good. John Fiore over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. Larry Reimer, he's in the Autoland Outlets lane. Whoa, John is way out of the groove, drives it back in. He was over there almost up against the wall, straightens it out, goes 9:02 for the win. Larry 8:98, but Larry left almost a tenth of a second back at the starting line. Wow, John, he really worked for that one. Instead of going 1,320 feet, Mr. Stiles, that was about 1,340 feet at least. But he still got the win. Sedona, she called it. She said, nope, he's going to straighten it out. He'll pick up the win. She's right again. In the Ed Quay Dragster, over here in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane, up against Jeffrey Torbeck out of Braidwood, Illinois, in the All-In Outlets lane. Jeffrey's going to pick up the win. Jeffrey Torbeck, that is. Jeff T-Back appeared to, he must have left before the tree was activated. No incrementals for him. Give the win to Jeffrey Torbeck. 889 on the 890 index. 6,000 from being that perfect run. Remember, $300 bounty on Chad Lamont's head, and guess what? That's Chad. He's over here right now in the Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop lane. Mark Meyer, here's his opportunity to pick up 300 extra bucks right now. All he has to do, and I say all he has to do, is beat Chad Lamont. Not an easy task. That is not an easy task, but it could be done. We're going to find out here in about 1 minute. Jeff Spearling says, man, I wish I was here. I would love to have that opportunity. But he's not. Not looking good right now for Mark either. But he pulls it out. Mark Meyer, $300 richer. Yes, he is. He was behind 200s at the starting line. But then he goes one over at 90. Chad, he was 6 over, uncharacteristically slow for him running a 96 on that 90 index. Mark Meyer picks up the win and the $300 bounty.
I'll take the four-wheeler, Ben.
Well, not confirmed yet, but possibly the reason Chad went so slow might have hurt the motor. That's the report. May have hurt the motor. We're going down and check it out right now. Hope not, but that is a report. All right, track is fine. Report is something let loose after the quarter mile with Chad Lamont there. Or it might have happened right before. That's why he slowed down that 96. But anyhow, nothing on the track but past the track. We got a little cleanup going to take place. So it's going to be a few minutes. Shouldn't be too bad. They're going to jump right on it. So if you guys want to take and relax for a few minutes, you got time. We'll let you know. They're going to take the tractor down there and a little bit of oil dry at the very end to clean up. So we'll be down for a few minutes, so it won't be too long.
Oh yeah, I got a full wrist pin back here.
Yes, it is bad for the motor. Jake just picked up a wrist pin, so that is not good. Now, wrist pin has nothing to do with your actual wrist or your arm, Meister Styles, just so you know.
I've always had a wrist pin, but I didn't send away for it.
Go ahead, your way.
Well, while we got some downtime, I'll tell you what, great time to visit the diner. Go down and get yourself a cheeseburger, jumbo hot dog. Walking tacos are back, Sedona. I don't know if you're aware of that. I'm sure you are aware of that, though. The walking tacos are back if you'd like a walking taco. Or get a bratwurst, fries, pretzel. Now, nachos with cheese. I mean, you know, you can't go wrong with those. You got to have the jalapenos for sure. Otherwise, why even buy them? You're right. And they got like chips, soda, all kinds of soda. Plus, they got the energy drinks, the Red Bull. Oh, yeah. And they got the new Red Bull flavors, too. There's new flavors down there. Iced coffee or regular coffee, if you'd like. I mean, it's kind of, they tell me it's kind of warm out today, so I don't know if I'd be drinking hot coffee today. But, you know, in the morning, I have my cup on the way here. And you might as well go visit the Souvenir Superstore. It is open. They got the new ladies' tank tops, too, if you're interested. And they got some new hoodies, so go check out the Souvenir Superstore, see what you can get over there. And if you need some VP racing fuel, that is also available right there at the Souvenir Superstore. So we'll be down for a few minutes here, get this cleaned up. It is all past the quarter mile, so it won't take too long to get it cleaned up. to run through the sponsors that help put this 2025 Midwest Super Comp Series together. The sponsors that help them out. All right, Mark Stiles, he's out going to go back home. He stopped by to visit with us. He used to be tech director here for many, many years. Good to see him stopping in once in a while. But back to this Midwest Supercomp sponsors. Man, what a great list of sponsors they have. Allen's Automotive, All-Star Performance, Autometer, Bushy's Bar and Grill, Bushy's Slots, Byron Dragway, Cordova Dragway, Dialed In Details, Don's Auto Parts and Machine Shop, Marty DeVore, Elite Tool Sales, Authorized Franchise of Snap-on Tools, Folk Race Cars, Fuel Factory, Herb's Mobile Repair, Jack's Helmet Designs, Kenosha Starter and Alternator, KRW Performance and Customs, Lake County Hose and Equipment, Lamont Automotive, Lamont Truck and Trailer Sales, Nails by Sarah, Neighborhood Brake Center, On the Stop Workshop, Paint by the Fonz and Son, Perfit Corporation, Phoenix Brand AN Fittings, Randy's Truck Repair, Randy Westfall, Rick's Small Engine Repair, T&D Repair, Tenutis Deli, Tri-State Raceway, and VRN Welding and Fabrication. What a great group of sponsors for this 2025 season. If you need to use any of these products, if you need any of this stuff, make sure you check with these people first. I'm sure they could take care of you. They take care of the sports. Let's help them out if we have to have any of these products. Thank you to every one of them. And hopefully we are making headway, obviously. You can see down there at the far end of the track, putting a little bit of oil dry down. Unfortunately, not good for Chad Lamont's motor. Not sure if he's got a spare motor for the car or not, but I know the Lamonts, they will have it back together sooner than later, because they are hardcore racers without a doubt. All right, report is about 20 minutes out. We're about 20 minutes out. Big End, they should have it cleaned up in about 20 minutes. So about 10 after 1, we ought to be back on track. Just so you know, so don't wander too far from your car. So about 20 minutes, they'll have it ready to go. I'm fortunate for Chad Lamont. Looks like the motor was hurt pretty bad in that run. Unfortunate deal. Hey, if you haven't already heard, tomorrow, June 9th, that is track owner Kevin Robertson's birthday. So if you come across Kevin, you could wish him a happy early birthday. Tomorrow is Kevin Robertson's birthday. So if you see him out in the pit area or jumping around his race car, wherever he may be, wish him a happy early birthday. So from us here at Byron Dragway, we're going to wish the owner a happy early birthday, Kevin Robertson. Maureen Lancaster, if you could come back to the tower. Maureen Lancaster, if you could come back to the tower, please. Maureen Lancaster. Your flyers are here.
Attention to the pits, attention to the pits. Racers, we are going to try and dry the track. Just so you understand, we are going to try and dry the track. We're going to give it our all. This kind of rain probably takes an hour to dry up. We will be watching the weather and see if it comes in again. We're probably not going to have much luck, but we are going to attempt to get this race in for you guys. We're going to give it our all. If you see the track official out there, make sure to give him a pat on the back for trying to get this stuff in. I'm sure everybody they'd rather go home because they're all soaking wet now, but we are going to try and get this track dry and get back to racing as fast as we can.
Well, about all they can do right now, Kevin, the racers, they can go down to Dragway Diner, get themselves a cheeseburger, like I just did, and order nachos with cheese, and the jalapenos, of course, Sedona. You know I got to have the jalapenos.
I had a walking taco yesterday. I think I may go back and get another one.
Kevin says a walking taco. They are back. They brought them back a couple weeks ago, so they are very good. So he's talking about the walking taco.
Did they have any specials today? I didn't see. I know they were having wrap specials, but I don't know what they had today.
That I do not know. I just run down there because, we had a few minutes downtime, so I thought, well, I'm going to go down there and get me something to eat real quick. Order it, run the restroom, run back up here. And what happens? The rain comes out.
Yeah, how is it, Terry? You're the only person here that's not soaking wet.
Well,
and Sedona, but I'll give her a break. She was running the computer.
Well,
I think the fix was in, Terry.
Is what it is. There used to be up here in the tower, Kevin, I used to have a tape mark. Went right here, then it went about right here. That was my space. I stayed in my space. I didn't go out there and bother them on the starting line. That's their space. This is my space.
Yeah, well, you can have that space, but you know what? I may put a sprinkler head right above your, so you enjoy the getting soaked like the rest of us. It's part of the experience, Terry. It's part of the experience.
I've been there before, trust me. I've been out there before. I remember before you took over ownership here, one day, we come in here in the morning, Spearling and I drive from Streeter, you know that.
Yep.
We get here. As soon as I pull in the gate, BJ says, you want to jump in the S10? So I get in the S10. I'm driving the blower around in circles. 6 hours I drove that truck around the racetrack drying it. We just had the track dry enough. They're getting ready to spray, and here come another round of showers. So guess what? 6 hours of driving, parked it, jumped in my truck, and went back home because that was the end of it that time. But today, if we don't get any more rain, we've got a really good chance of getting this dried up fairly quickly because the sun is helping us. The heat is helping us. It should go fairly quick.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do here. Obviously, we've got the puddles off, the track, and now it's just we need the sun and the wind to come out, which the good news is the wind is out, and we just need a little bit more sun here, and I think we might be good. Just Mother Nature has to hold off. There is a blob of rain out to the west, but it's further south. We'll have to watch that and see what ends up happening. All
right, so we'll just wait and see what we're going to do here. We'll get a hold of the general manager, Jake Stetter, see what he thinks about this whole ordeal. And we'll get back to you. But right now, if I was you, I would go down there and visit the Dragway Diner or go over there and get yourself a new souvenir. Ladies, they got the new tank tops out if you're interested. Plus, they got new hoodies, T-shirts, hats, sweatshirts. Take a look down there, see if you need something new for your night out on the town. But track drying will continue. The sun will help us. All right, track drying is continuing. Actually looking pretty good out here right now. Hopefully, there's another cell out there, but hopefully it's going to stay south of us. I mean, we all have our smartphones, and I'll tell you what, racers are sitting on the lines and sitting back in the staging lanes. They knew exactly. They knew it was coming. They bailed on their own. I mean, it isn't like we told them. They knew it was coming. Smartphones make it good for all of us nowadays, but nothing you can do once that rain comes in here. We just got to work on it, keep drying, push it off with the tractor. If the sun would come back out, which it's trying to do right now, that's going to help us tremendously. Get this track dry. We'd love to get this race in today. By no means are we going to give up. We're going to keep working on it. Just be patient. You might as well get yourself, like I said, visit the Dragway Diner, as I did right before the rains came. Want the cheeseburger. They got the jumbo hot dogs, the bratwurst, the fries. No fries today, excuse me. No French fries today. Nope, no fries today, Sedona. They're done for the day. But pretzels, nachos, and you get the cheese to go with the nachos along with the jalapenos. They got different chips, variety of chips, soda, Gatorade, Red Bulls, and the walking taco is back. So visit the diner. We'll keep working on the track. Take a walk by the Souvenir Superstore. Check out the new ladies tank tops they have available. Take a walk over there. Check those out. You might be interested. And once it's going to cool off here in the night times, you might as well check out the hoodies. Get yourself a hoodie just to throw it in the trailer. Have it. Just in case it cools off while you're racing at night. You'll have that with you. Or pick up a new Byron Dragway hat. All available at the Souvenir Superstore. And if you need any VP racing fuel before you're headed out or before the day's over, you might want to get that, because once we get through the buyback round, then the souvenir store will probably be closing. So if you need racing fuel, now would be a great time to go over there and purchase your racing fuel also. Sun's trying to peek through, so that will be good. We'll keep drying. Try to get this here finished today. Just be patient, and thank you for coming out here.